Okay, this is Dan Lawson doing an interview for the Alliance for American Manufacturing. I'm here today with Matthew Kaubris, the President and CEO of Oxford Federal Credit Union, and we're talking about the impact of the trade issue with China and Indonesia, better known as the paper case. And Matthew has been willing to give us a few minutes of his time to tell us what he sees the impact of this case. Matthew, what have you seen so far with market-related downtime, the mill? How has it affected the community, the business here, just overall, what has happened with the employees in the town?
Sure. Well, over the last 2 or 3 years in particular, there's been a lot of rolling downtime at the paper mill, rolling furloughs, if you will, shutting a machine down. And here at Oxford Federal Credit Union, being a financial institution, we feel that impact pretty directly. Delinquencies are increasing when that happens. Foreclosures, we've seen a lot more foreclosures on our mortgages than in the past 2 or 3 years than we've seen in the whole time that I've been associated with the credit union. I've been here for about 15 years, about 10 years as the president and CEO at Oxford Federal, and foreclosures the last 2 or 3 years have been really high. And I attribute a lot of that, not all of it, but a lot of that to the problems at the mill, because not just the mill employees are affected, but the suppliers and the loggers and the heavy equipment people, the truck drivers. Everyone sees that ripple effect. And here at the credit union, God forbid if anything were ever to happen to the paper mill, we have a staff of 40 employees, and I could envision a day if something happened to the mill where it shut down completely, that would cut our workforce in half. I've got about 13 tellers here at the credit union. I wouldn't need 13 tellers if we lost the major industry in our town. So our staffing would be cut. And in fact, this year we had a loan officer resign, and we didn't replace that position. And I could attribute that directly to the problems at the mill. The amount of member volume coming through our doors, folks looking for loans, was down, so we didn't need to replace that loan officer. So we just left that position vacant. We're very happy to hear recently that the number 10 machine has started up at the New Page mill here in Rumford, but prior to that, we didn't need as many bodies around here, and we didn't fill a position. So we're hoping 2010 will be a better year for the paper industry, and that certainly will be the same for the credit union industry and the community of Rumford, Mexico.
And did you see the trickle effects of how it was hurting other businesses, that more people were being displaced when the mill had the rolling downtimes and the shutdowns?
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't just per se mill employees that were affected. There were folks that were working for the towns, for instance. I'll use that as an example. Municipal employees, they were looking at their municipal budgets, and the impact of downtime and the decreased tax revenue that was being received from the mill. They were laying off, policemen, firemen, teachers, or whatever, and so that ripples through the entire River Valley area, Rumford, Mexico, Dixfield. All the communities were impacted. So, we can't just tie our delinquencies and our foreclosures back to just paper mill employees, but there was a number of other folks that worked for other entities within the River Valley that were impacted and were laid off and weren't able to make their payments. And we look to work with them in any way that we can to extend terms and work out payment arrangements, but sometimes the situations were so dramatic that nothing could be done.
Well, Matthew, I want to thank you for your time, and I appreciate you giving me this time to interview.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.